Hi everyone, my name is Melissa. I decided to do my video on a CBC News YouTube video that talks about missing and murdered Indigenous women. Myself being Indigenous, this does hit close to home, and that's why it caught my eye. And I'm glad to be able to do this assignment in relative to my culture. And this video just goes to talk about the new online project that CBC has that's trying to link these names and faces to actual cases of these missing Indigenous murdered women. And what CBC News has done is interviewed over 110 families to try and get insight of what's going on, how their cases are going, and how helpful the police have been. And as far as the rating with police, these families had rated them at 2.8 out of 10, which is really low. They've also determined that 70% of these deaths occurred off reserve, and 60% of them already lived in circumstances that put them at risk with things such as drug use and alcohol, prostitution, and hitchhiking. Because if you're not familiar with Canada and the area where I live in up here in Quebec, it's very rural, and in order to get from community to community, we don't have public transportation. So we rely a lot on hitchhiking or family members bringing us here and there. It's not rare to see a hitchhiker through each community because where I live, there's one road in, one road out. So usually that's how people like to get around if they do not have their own transportation, which is risky for a woman all by herself, alone, especially if it's at night, and it's risky. And this video, I hope, goes to just show that discrimination still exists in Canada with Aboriginals and Indigenous women. And there are movements that even my reservation here in Quebec follows for the missing, murdered Indigenous women. And I hope this video just kind of gives the insight, and it's just putting the word out there and teaching people that sometimes it's not an issue until you make it an issue, and sometimes that's what needs to happen. The more people that know, the more videos and media that's out there to teach and for people to learn and get an idea of what's really happening. And hopefully something is done, and hopefully police and officials do the right thing and help these families and try to get them answers. Thank you.